The average Czech drinks 48.8 liters of beer a year. That's the whole of Czechia averaged out. Every grandmother, every newborn, every teetotaler. It works out to a large glass of lager every single day of the year. Nobody else on earth comes close. And it's been this way for 3 straight decades. Now, the scoreboard. Kirin's brewers in Tokyo have counted the world's beer, country by country, since 1975. Last year, humanity drank about 306 billion bottles worth. This map shows where those bottles land per person. Most of the planet barely registers. One small republic in Central Europe sits at the top by a mile. Start with the country, everyone would guess. Germany. The beer gardens, the purity law, Oktoberfest itself manages 86.9 liters ahead. That's 10th place. 10th and slipping. Slovenia just drank past it. The nation that wrote beer's rulebook now watches 9 other countries raise their glasses higher. Number 5, Croatia, at 95.1 liters. Along the Adriatic, beer does quiet, steady business. One with lunch, one with the sunset. That pace still means 1/4 of a liter per person per day. Elsewhere, that's a drinking culture. On this map, it's mid-table. Number 4 stings a little. Ireland. The postcard pubs, the stout, the whole mythology pours 99 liters per person. 4th, the country that exports the very idea of the pub doesn't make the podium at its own game. Somewhere in Dublin, a barman would like a word with the judges. Number 3, Austria, at 104.6 liters. And now we're on Czechia's doorstep. Austria shares a border, a brewing tradition, and a firm belief that it should be first. A century ago, Vienna and Prague drank inside the same empire. The empire dissolved. The habit stayed and settled mostly on the northern side of the border. But the real runner-up is the one nobody names. Lithuania, 110.6 liters per person, second on earth. The Baltics have brewed farmhouse ale for centuries without festivals, mascots, or lederhosen. And mind the gap, even Lithuania, out-drinking Ireland and Germany with room to spare, finishes 38 liters behind the champion. Second place isn't close. So, the champion. Czechia has topped Kirin's per-person table for 32 consecutive years. Every single year, the country has existed. Czechoslovakia dissolved in January 1993. The brand new republic immediately took the world title, and it has never once let go. One nation, one crown, an entire generation unbeaten. Now, why Czechia? And it starts in 1842. The town brewery in Plzeň hired a Bavarian brewer named Josef Groll, and that autumn he tapped the first pale, golden, bottom-fermented lager anyone had seen. They named it after the town, Pilsner. Nearly every mass-market lager poured on earth today descends from that one Czech glass. And in Czechia, the economics keep the habit affordable. In an ordinary Prague pub, a half-liter of lager costs about 50 crowns, roughly $2. The bottled water on the same menu often costs more. When beer is the cheapest thing on the table, ordering it stops being a decision. It's just the default. Czechia's delivery system is the Hospoda, the plain, wood-paneled pub anchoring nearly every village. It isn't a nightclub, it's the living room with a tap. When Bill Clinton visited Prague in January 1994, Václav Havel's tour of the city ended at his local pub, with Pilsner, Schnitzel, and the writer Bohumil Hrabal. Behind the taps sit Czechia's fields. The countryside around ŽAtec has grown the prized Saaz hop for more than 700 years, and UNESCO listed the landscape as World Heritage in 2023. Brewers from Brussels to Japan still pay a premium for it. The champion grows its own advantage, then exports the recipe. Meanwhile, the volume crown lives elsewhere. China drinks 40.5 million kiloliters a year, the biggest pool of beer on earth, about 1 bottle in every 5 poured anywhere. But China is 1.4 billion people. Per person, that's roughly 1/5 of the Czech pace. Scale fills the vats. It doesn't build the habit. And there's a quiet irony in Japan, the Scorekeeper's home. This census comes from Tokyo, from Kirin, a brewer. Yet Japan itself manages 33.7 liters per person, not even 1/4 of the Czech figure. The country that counts the world's beer most carefully drinks less of it than almost any nation in Europe. But even Czechia's glass is slowly draining. The country's Brewers Association measured domestic consumption at a record low last year, the lowest since counting began. as village pubs thin out and younger Czechs order differently. The strongest growth in Czech brewing right now is beer, with no alcohol in it at all. Still, hold the two glasses side by side. Czechia's fills to 148.8 liters. Lithuania's, the world's second thirstiest, stops just past 110. Most countries would have to roughly double their intake to threaten the throne. Records this old usually belong to geography or geology. This one belongs to routine. So, the beer capital of the world. A mid-sized republic of 11 million that invented the golden lager, grows the defining hops, and treats the pub as public infrastructure. Titles on this map usually circulate. Currencies wobble, armies shrink, records fall. This one hasn't moved since 1993. Some records get broken. This one just gets topped up.